I want to talk about conspiracy theory, and I love, like, this is like one of my favorite topics out there because I'm one of those people, like, if you have any sort of conspiracy, I automatically believe it. Like, Joe was giving me shit recently the other day. If anybody out there, I don't know if I'm going to seem like a loon here, but I actually fucking...
you are going to seem like a loon.
All right, well, somebody sent me something on MySpace about fluoride. And was basically telling me that, since I was a kid, you always heard like fluoride. It helps toughen up your enamel, and you won't get cavities.
They brought it to our classroom when we were kids, and you'd have to gargle with it every morning.
Jesus Christ!
I'm serious.
You're gonna love to listen to this because somebody sent me this shit saying that fluoride is actually a poison, and I'm literally using natural toothpaste now. Listen to this shit. This is the conspiracy, the fluoride conspiracy. At the end of World War II. I'm going to fucking skip through the most of this. Here's some guy, he's a fucking dude, and he was, this guy, where am I? Okay, at the end of World War II, the U.S. government sent Charles Eliot Perkins, a research worker in chemistry, biochemistry, physiology, and pathology. So right there, the guy's getting no pussy, right? You can't read all those fucking books. That guy is just rubbing them out while he's reading. He's got a dick in a beaker. His big thing's a spooge on like a petri dish.
He just uses his load as his bookmark at the end when he's finished.
Oh yeah, he's got a microscope tickling his taint. All right. So, anyways, this guy was in charge to take charge of the Farben chemical plants in Germany, and the German chemist is there. Listen to this. Told Perkins of a scheme where they had devised during the World War and had been adapted by the German General Staff. The German chemist explained of their attempt to control the population in any given area through the mass medication of drinking water with sodium fluoride.
Right.
A tactic used in German and Russian prisoner of war camps to make prisoners stupid and docile.
Right. Now, here's what I want to know. Now,
Norbit, the number one movie in the country right now.
Just to support our sources here, some of the information we're going to be talking about is coming out of the Rough Guide to Conspiracy Theories by James McAnachy and Robin Tudge, I guess is how that's pronounced. But in that book it says the same thing, that some believe that fluoride is a Nazi, communist, CIA, government ploy, blah, 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 blah. All the same shit you're talking about. Now, what I want to know, though, is...
It's not shit, dude. It's fucking true.
What I want to know is...
I believe it.
This is what I want to know. Is that proven that Nazi and communist governments had actually done that, or is it just theorized that they had done that?
I got it right here in print, man.
Is that the gemstone file?
I got it, man. I got it right here. Dude, I'm saying, right, you walk around, have you seen just people like the looks on them? You walk by a food court, that's fluoride, man. Everybody sitting there with their fucking mouth hanging open.
I don't think that's fluoride. I think
like orange chicken.
I think that's mainstream mediocrity, but I wouldn't argue that the mainstream media has been purposely dumbed down to dumb down
Joe,
the public in the same way.
can you stick with one conspiracy here?
Well, I'm saying, you know what? I don't know how I feel about this one. I can't say that I don't believe that pumping fluoride into the water supply is a way to dumb down the public, but I don't know if that's been proven, is my point. Has anybody proven...
Let me ask you this. Do you think that they would do something like that?
It seems a little extreme. It seems a little...
I don't understand people who trust the government,
dude,
who actually think that they're going to do, like, money's involved. You take the average asshole, Joe. Listen to me.
I'm listening to you.
You take the average asshole. You got your face in the book.
No, just... Go ahead. I'm listening.
You take the average asshole, okay? Just a regular guy, whatever, right? You make him a bouncer. You give him a little bit of power, he immediately becomes a dick. Right? So you get people up at the governmental level, that kind of power...
Yeah, but the bouncer doesn't start roofing everybody that walks through the door, so he's...
No, he doesn't, but you know what he does? Like, they'll just beat the shit out of somebody just for the sake of it, because they think it's funny.
I know a lot of bouncers that don't do that, so, I mean, that's kind of a...
I know a bouncer who does do it. So that cancels out your fictitious bouncer that you just brought up.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the counter-argument.
Danny, let me ask you this. We need to bounce something off somebody. Let me before you get into the counter over there. Would you believe that that people would that there was enough money and power involved that they would or whatever, just trying to control people, that they would actually put something in the water supply just to keep people kind of even keeled?
Sure.
Absolutely.
I would definitely go there.
Why wouldn't you think that? Like, I think like fast food, I think those are all owned by the government. Like anytime the government fucks up, like McDonald's has like a new sandwich all of a sudden, just to kind of...
I mean, as far-fetched as it can sound to somebody, you know, it's perfectly plausible to another.
But then why can't... Bill, why can't you believe then? We had the argument the other day about the media, the mainstream media being dumb, and I said it's of certain people's opinions that it's good for morale for radio and television and movies to be mediocre. So you stay dumb, you stay in one place, you don't feel stupid, you actually feel superior to it. And you were like, do you actually believe that? Like you acted like it was the most ridiculous thing ever. So how can you believe?
Because you didn't have it in print, Joe.
I went
on the internet, and that's what I'm saying, Joe. The point of this, Joe, is I never look at the other side. Okay. All you got to do is just tell me some sort of conspiracy. If I read it, I fucking believe it. And now, after 30-something years of brushing with Crest, I said, fuck Crest. I actually called them up. I called up their office, and they said, hello, this is Crest. I said, yeah, this is Bill Burr. Fuck Crest. And the lady said, well, listen, I just answered the phones. This really isn't, I didn't come up with it. I don't know why you're coming down on me. And I said, you know what, you're right. If you could pass that on to one of your higher-ups. I said, fuck Crest. And she promised me that she would. So now, I am now brushing with this.
This is the counter-argument.
I can't even... Aeromare. It's an herbal toothpaste that includes the toothbrush
Christ.
trees, neem, and pilu.
Did that come free in a box of tampons? I
feel better.
Here's the counter argument. It's important that we just lay out both sides of this. American Dental Association claims to have continuously endorsed fluoride in community water supplies. Environmental Protection Agency, the American Medical Association, the National Academy of Sciences all endorse the National Research Council fluoride review.
That's all governmental
which
shit.
Which is cited by doctors, dentists, researchers, public health officials, and it underlies the safety of fluoride, the benefits of putting fluoride in the water.
I give you a big phooey on that.
Dentists aren't... What does a dentist have to... they're not linked to the government. It's your dad's a dentist, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, but he didn't do any research on fluoride. He just fucking showed up.
Well, neither did we.
I did. I actually did research on this one, too. Dude, don't you understand that a fucking dentist... First of all, he's not a goddamn scientist. He's not going to be out on a lake with one of those little glass things shaking it. Doing that shit, right? Trying to figure out stuff, okay?
Why on a lake? Why would he be... Why is he on a
water
lake?
Supply, a reservoir.
I'm sorry.
Okay?
All right.
So what I'm saying, dude, is that someone who becomes a dentist is no different than someone who went to customer service.
Yeah.
You're not striking out on your own. Like I'm gonna cut my own path. You're basically you're a cubicle. You don't have a cubicle, but
I agree with that point, but my point is also what I'm saying is also, in addition to that, is that also means a dentist has no idea to be part of the conspiracy. You know what I mean? And I think it takes
I think it's in the books. The government approves the books. They read the books. Everybody's been paid. They've been paid back in the day. Somehow it goes back to the Rockefellers. Let's talk to Brendan here on line 7.
Okay.
Brendan from Wisconsin. What do you think about what I'm thinking? Do you think I'm an idiot for switching to Aeromare?
Bill, you have no idea. You have no idea how right you are. It was 1984. I had hosted a German student in '82 at my house. My family did, and so after I graduated, I went to Germany. I used to catch total hell because my feet would stink. You'd wear socks and leather shoes in summer, and they took me to this old family doctor. Take me in the back way into the hospital, and he gives me formaldehyde to mix in like a 4-to-1 ratio. Soak your feet in this for 3 days, everything will be fine. But while we're sitting there talking to this guy, the father of the family we stayed with was kind of a connected government official type guy, and we get to talking about with Dr. Tony about different ways that the German government used chemical treatments to control their population, and exactly what you're talking about, sodium fluoride, came up. He was one of the guys that administered the program. This is absolutely true, and he said it was one of the greatest things they ever did to get compliance in the early 30s and all throughout the 30s. It made the entire rise of the Third Reich completely possible.
This is with using sodium fluoride, and
sodium fluoride.
And I know there's different. I read up on this different kinds of fluoride, but this is like the fluoride that's allegedly like in toothpaste.
My point is this, though, with that, if the Third Reich actually did it, right,
Yes.
I mean, did fluoride make the fucking Third Reich possible, or did the guns and smashing the shop windows and shooting people and massive fucking homicides make the Third Reich?
Well, if you go back to the 1933 Reichstag fire, all that set in motion had to have a base of control underneath it. You needed to be able to have that fear take root. Kind of sounds similar to 2001 when Bill Hicks used to always do his rant about American gladiators. Go back to bed, America. You have the freedom to do what we tell you. And the whole deal about how we're so dumbed down by our television today, when they want to do these things and make us fearful of our government and then enact horrific laws to take over our freedoms, it's almost a replay of the whole thing from 70 years ago.
So Brent, all right, Brent, thanks for calling in. Okay, so we got a guy. We actually got a guy calling in. Starting to be insulted the way I described dentists. We got Joe from Maryland calling Uninformed, Bill Burr and Joe DeRosa, who actually is a dentist. What's going on, Joe?
Hey.
Guys, I was just, the fluoride thing, you said it was a poison, and that's true in large amounts, but so is almost any medication you would take. So, you're not going to stop taking Motrin for a headache just because if you take a whole bottle of it, it's going to kill you.
But what I read here was it says that, if you actually put it on your teeth, it might be a good thing, but it's not meant to be ingested, and they have it in, that it's they have it in the drinking water. It's not like it's just like in toothpaste. They also have it in the drinking water, which, according to this conspiracy, is saying that it's used to, keep the basically the population stupid and docile. What did they tell you when you went to dental school? Did they ever bring up fluoride? Did they have some chick come out with hot legs dressed like a tooth, and they just kind of fucking put fluoride on it? He's like, all right, fluoride's a good thing. Did you ever know anybody who did any, because I'm seriously asking, because I got totally freaked out and I switched to this natural toothpaste because, I don't know, I get freaked out by shit like that.
You might feel smart, but you're going to have a hell of a lot of cavities to deal with.
I have no cavities.
Well, that's because you just switched.
Yeah, but how do you know? You've done no research on natural toothpaste.
Well, that's not exactly true. I have done research, but, it just is part of my dental school training. I did some research, not particularly on that subject.
Yeah, but he's in the Matrix, man.
I've read a lot.
This guy's in the Matrix.
I agree with what he's saying, man. It's large doses of anything. Look, perfect example of what we're talking about. This guy's bringing up. Not this guy. The last guy was bringing up 2001. So let's talk about current situation in the United States. Has fluoride in the water prevented anybody in our country from yelling out against Bush and reacting negatively against his policies and the war in Iraq and all that stuff? Nobody's sitting at home going, okay, we'll go to war. It's like nobody's doing that. So I don't see. I don't know. I don't see what it's doing.
I think it's. That was a fantastic impression of somebody stupid. Sodium alone is poison, this guy's saying. We got some people on my side. Let me just actually talk. I just want to talk to maybe some regular people if they decided to switch or something, because I'm like totally freaked out. The same way I got freaked out by like antiperspirant. It's like you're literally putting a chemical on your body that stops you from sweating. How the fuck is that health? I mean, right? Just common sense. That's fucked up.
I understand.
It's like those pink. You ever see those pink snowballs with the mushrooms inside that people eat? It's like why would
snowballs.
You? Yeah, why would you eat that fucking thing? It's wrong. On like 8, it's like yeah, but dude, it's coconut covered pig assholes.
Why would you eat an apple that's been sprayed with preservatives? Did you ever see 28
I know. I'm trying to go to the organic stores. I'm buying into all this shit, Joe. Buying into all of it. All right, let's talk to G-String. G-String, what's up, man? You're on Uninformed.
Yeah, hey, well, there's a couple of ways you can tell if fluoride's bad for you. Look at the material data handling safety sheet on it, and that comes from, like, our government, and it'll tell you, like, 1/10 of a grain or something, and it's permeable to the brain just by, like, near brain, like, it's into you. Anyway.
Yeah, like affects your thyroid or something like that? See, Joe, that's what I'm saying, like they don't do it enough so everybody fucking dies. They do it just enough. So just enough people are, as you say, sitting on the fucking couch, Joe, and you go on the road, man, and you perform, and when you look out, dude, you can't feel, people are getting dumber.
I know, but then why am I not that way then?
Because you don't brush your teeth, Joe.
Shut down right now.
I've been meaning to tell you about your breath.
But you know,
there's a town shut down because of fluoride poisoning right near you guys called Love Canal. A place where people won't live called Love Canal, where they're actually repopulating now, but it's like right near Niagara.
Okay, you really need to look that up. Well, Niagara made it seem kind of true. There's actually a town called Love Canal.
Love Canal. It's called a town called Love Canal. It's a Superfund site. If you look up Superfund, Google Superfund, Love Canal.
Oh, well, Jesus Christ. I mean,
all right.
But if it's a Superfund site, you know, that's a whole nother fucking issue with health, the healthiness of the area to live.
All right, here's somebody who's believing you, okay? Mike in New Jersey, line 5. Mike, what's up, man? You think I'm nuts?
Yeah, you're a little nuts, dude, because look at it this way. The world's pretty fucked up right now as it is, so the fluoride ain't working. And I got one question. Why don't people start putting it in, Kentucky Fried Chicken and grape soda? Because that would solve some
problems. Can I address your first point? Can I address your first point? The world is fucked up for a lot of people who are under the thumb of a lot of people, but the world is fucking great now for a very select few who are making a shitload of money.
Well, I agree with that. I believe in that. I mean, so that's why I'm so torn on this. I don't like how he had to go racist on it, though.
What'd he say?
Why aren't they putting fluoride in Kentucky Fried Chicken and grape soda? It's.
Oh, I totally missed that.
Why does everybody have to go racist? I don't understand.
It's a little. I don't know what it is.
Just as
okay. Here's a guy who wants to ease my mind. Is that Arkansas? Scott, what's up, man? You gonna ease my mind about fluoride? Because I'm telling you, man,
yeah.
I'm freaking out about this shit.
Hey, well, and you're not crazy because that's what that propaganda machine does. That's what they feed off of. And half these people that are saying fluoride's bad are selling stuff that is going to help you rid your body of this fluoride. And I'm a dentist, and fluoride. Hey, it's in the earth, it's in the water, and when they
put in the water.
Drinking water.
All right, time out. It was put in the water. It was put in the water.
Okay, what they're actually doing is they're adjusting the naturally occurring levels of fluoride to a beneficial level. If you go out to the ocean, you test a sample of that, there's going to be fluoride in the ocean.
Well, there's a bunch of different kinds of fluoride. Are you saying there's sodium fluoride?
I really don't know the answer to that.
And you know what? I got to respect for you the fact that you didn't say that, because you know what? I only half knew about that, too, because I just read it, so I was really going on a limb. So we're both a couple of fucking idiots, which really is what this show is.
But he raises an interesting point with the whole fear and consumption argument of these companies that are, it's just like when.
But dude, it's propaganda on both sides.
I know, but I'm just supporting that side of it. Right. But it's just like with health food when it was like all of a sudden it was like, hey everybody, steak and most meat is bad for you, so come into this health food vegan-y place and be charged up your ass for a fucking salad with nuts in it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Okay.
So I see what you're saying.
All right, Scott. Thanks for calling. Here's a guy a little more hardcore. Go to line 8. Hey, Tom in Connecticut. What's up, man? You're on Uninformed. What's going on?
You are a moron. There's one pipe that goes into the Pentagon that isn't affected with the fluoride water. What do you think? What happens with this conspiracy people when they go on vacation? Do they take their own unfluoride water with them?
All right, slow down.
Where are the people that run this conspiracy?
Oh, that's what. Okay, I know what you're saying. That was the one where I should have prefaced this with, I always believe 80% of the theory, a conspiracy theory, then I think the person's a moron, or I think, or
because it can't work.
What? Well, what the fuck? You know everything? I don't like how you're speaking in
I know more
I live in Connecticut.
Jesus Christ, no.
You know what? Why don't you go sit on a tube of fucking fluoride? Go fuck yourself. Thanks for listening.
Who puts the fluoride in the water? Who's doing it?
Well, the suspicion is that the government is doing it. That's the conspiracy part.
Where do they get their water from?
Why the fuck are you so angry?
Yeah, why are you yelling? Why can't you just make your points?
I listen to Bill Burr spew this shit day after day whenever he co-hosts for Jim Norton. I gotta sit next to him and he fucking bullshits 20 fucking different conspiracies.
He said I gotta sit next to him.
I don't know what he's talking about. Okay.
Is this somebody from...
No, I love this guy. Let me ask you a question. Can you at least give me one... Not one. You said 20. I've said 20 different conspiracy theories. I want to hear... rattle off 7 of them.
One's the World Trade Center. You've talked about that one.
I never talked about that one.
This conspiracy with that stupid book that you recommended, with that fucking guy that traveled around with the oil conspiracy.
Did you read it?
Yeah, I read half of it. I read enough of it. I read as much as Anthony read.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
And then there's another...
No. Tell me about the book. Tell me about the book. You read the book. I want to hear about it.
The oil guy? He wants to be some fucking secret agent. He was some.
Tell me about the book.
Low-level government worker.
Tell me. You're not telling me about the book. You didn't read the book.
All right, okay. It's written by this guy who is this low-level fucking government worker that wants to be this hero, so he talks like he's a secret agent. Meanwhile, he was a paper.
No, this is your opinion. This is your opinion on the book. You're not even saying what.
My opinion.
You're not saying what it's about, sir.
The book stunk. I read it like a...
all right, hang on. All right, Tom. You know what, Tom? You have to keep calling in. I'm loving you hating me.
No, you know something? You all the time have these conspiracy theories. Tell me where the fucking fluoride water isn't. That the government, they can drink it.
First of all,
he makes it. He does.
Can you just fan yourself for half a second? First of all, I said I get like 80% of the way. And dude, I definitely thought, well, the guys putting it in the water also have kids who are going to be drinking water. And I brought that up, but maybe I didn't bring it up here.
Yeah.
Like I brought that up, but I didn't feel the need to yell at it. There, angry guy, angry Tom in Connecticut.
You changed your toothpaste for it. You actually were proactive because of some bullshit story that you actually believed.
Dude, it's 50 fucking 50. The way I look at it.
I gotta jump.
Stupid.
I gotta jump in with
this. I like how this guy is not a scientist on any level, yet he knows everything.
I am a scientist.
I gotta jump in. Hold on, wait. I got to jump in with this. It's just too perfect of a time because this guy is railing Bill for how paranoid he is. I was over Bill's house one day, and you know those games they have like at the top of the MySpace page, Danny, right? Yeah. Where it's like you play it with your mouse, and it's like beat the rabbit in a race and win an iPod. You have to click the mouse really fast.
Terrible flash games.
Bill is playing it. And I'm standing there watching him, and he turns, you know, these fuckers, you know who makes these games? It's the fucking companies that make the mouse. And that way I fucking keep clicking it, and I break the fucking mouse, and I gotta go buy a new mouse, because I'm trying to beat I'm trying to win a fucking PlayStation 3, and I just go, dude, you are out of your fucking mind.
But dude, I'm only like 80%. All right, Tom, you've yelled at me enough. Call in a month, dude. You gotta save that anger, dude.
After party. I will see you at the after party.
All right.
Okay,
Come
all right.
down.
I'll buy you a drink,
Come
all right?
down.
All right, Tom, thanks for listening and yelling at me.
Douchebag.
You know what? I gotta admit, I do deserve a lot of that, because I definitely get, like paranoid. But, dude, you gotta also admit, like, you've seen, like, these cigarette ads, how, like, that Joe Camel, they try to make his nose look like some sort of, it was a cock or something like that.
You stop it.
You don't believe in that shit? Like, the subliminal shit? You don't believe in any of that?
What was making his nose...
Huh?
His nose looks like a cock. So what does that have to do with it? I mean, I've heard that, but I've never understood why that would make you want to buy cigarettes. Because his nose looks like a dick.
Look, I'm not saying whether it works or not, but dude,
what's the reasoning behind that? I'm asking you.
I don't know, dude. I didn't do the advertising, but I can give you one that they actually did admit to, like back in the day, like when they would show you films in the movie theater, they would quickly flash like food or something like that,
right.
And it would subliminally get in your fucking head, and you'd go out and go do it. So
right.
I'm not even saying the shit works, but if they try to do stuff like that, and to sit there and if you see some of the horrific shit that leaders of the world have done to their own, Saddam dropped poison on his own fucking people. Why wouldn't they slide just a little bit in there just to keep everybody kind of mellow?
Dude, it's not unbelievable. It's not, but I mean the strong argument is... And it actually came from that guy, which is if they're the ones putting it in the water, then they have to drink it too. You know.
All right, we got to talk to. Okay, here's a water tech who wants to ease my mind. Everyone wants to ease my mind. Okay, all these guys in the Matrix though. Silver in Wisconsin. He probably killed that other guy from Wisconsin who believed in me. Silver, what's going on? Can you have me calm down so I can go back to Crest?
No, I can't tell you anything about toothpaste, but I can let you drink the water out of your faucet again.
What?
First, let me ask you this. Did you skip third grade?
Did I? No. I actually did first grade twice because my brother flunked the fucking third grade, and my dad had an all-for-one, one-for-all policy. So when he had to stay back, I had to stay back, too. It sucked.
I love you guys. All right. The amount of... You fuckers are crazy. The amount of sodium fluoride in drinking water is like 1 part sodium fluoride to about 185 million parts water.
Okay, now let me ask you that. Oh, let me ask you a question about that. So how the fuck is that helping my teeth?
How's it helping your teeth?
If it's that little.
Because it's very potent.
So that kills your whole argument, dude. You just killed your whole argument. You're telling me it's very potent.
Yes, it's very potent.
Dude, you know what you do? You open and close the fucking drawbridge at a reservoir.
No.
Did you know that you don't need to study at all to have that job either? Like, anybody can get it. Like, you don't even need, like, a GED.
These guys,
you don't even need
this is what
that is true. That is very true.
Oh, it is?
Everything that
I was just trying to piss him off and he went with it.
No, everything that I learned on the job. I started this job when I was 18. I'm 37 now.
Well, Tom, come down to the after party tonight.
Yo, I gotta bring that up. I didn't realize that. Okay, thanks for coming down. That was Anthony?
We'll go to line 6.
Anthony was calling in, that son of a bitch?
I thought that...
Anthony.
That was Anthony. That wasn't Tom from Connecticut.
Dude, you fucking... is this somebody telling me that's not Anthony?
Dude.
Yeah, Billy, you sit next to him all the time. You should know it's Anthony.
He said in the call, I sit next to you and got to listen to this shit every day. I leaned over and I go, is this fucking Norton or somebody? Like, I thought that too.
Oh, I was just literally like, this guy's calling me a douchebag, so I went on fuck you mode. So I wasn't even listening to details.
I think he was fucking with you.
No, he wasn't. He was fucking with me in that he wasn't letting me know it was him, but he meant everything that he said. I should have known it was him when it was the same, when he had read the exact same portion of the book. Like, the guy's a fucking douchebag. Well, that's hilarious.
Either way, we'll be at the after party tonight, right? And come on down. After party.
Maybe Tom from Connecticut can show up. That's fucking hilarious.
Come on,
son of a bitch.
He even said it. He goes, "I'll see you at the after party." And Danny told us
after party
that he was coming. So.
Well, a lot of other listeners said that they were coming. That doesn't make you Anthony.
Nobody said it.
No, one other person said that they were coming.
Did we get one that's coming? Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Collins Bar on 8th Avenue between 46th and 47th Street. After party. Collins Bar, 8th Avenue between 46th and 47th.
And we're going to take a break here. We're talking about fluoride. Evidently, I'm a jackass, and I can't recognize the voice of a guy who I sit next to. I don't remember arguing about 9/11. You know what it is? A lot of times I don't listen to Anthony. I just zone him out. I find him to be very boring. He's just like a well-read redneck. That's all he is. You know what I mean? And he's got a wonderful car, and I'm really going to take my apartment key and scratch it tonight if he shows up to the after party.
It's hilarious.
All right, man. Thanks for listening.
After party.
We'll be back in a minute. God, I can't believe I didn't know that was Anthony. What a fucking dope I am. I also love that my stupid theories annoy him so much that he's probably been listening for like all 3 shows, just waiting for me to somehow start spewing out my horse shit so that he could just ruin my fucking night and act like he was here. God bless you.
That was great.
Son of a bitch.
That was really great, man. Yeah. That was really, really
I hope
funny.
you spill a ginger ale on your fucking PlayStation.
I had a hunch. Right. I had a hunch.
So anyway, somebody actually, and so what's funny is during the break, both Danny and somebody waiting, Keith, was saying, Bill, you spent 2 hours arguing about 9/11 with Anthony, and I literally argue with him so much, I have like a vague, recollection. I remember arguing about the book, but I don't even remember arguing about 9/11.
You have an ability to
annoy people,
tune out during an argument, and do other. We got in an argument.
Yeah, but I won't forget an argument.
But we got into an argument before the last show when we were arguing about Air America, and it was fucking hilarious because it was like we were married or some shit. Because you just started doing dishes mid-argument, but you were still fully in it. You were like over your shoulder, your fucking problem is, you fucking lean side.
Hey, I got strong opinions, and I like to keep a clean fucking house.
That was really funny. So we during the break.
So anyways, I gotta admit, so I don't know what the deal is. We were talking about fluoride, whether it's actually dumbing down the population or stopping cavities. Could you fucking have more extreme views? This is this is great. So I'm gonna stick with the herbal toothpaste, but I gotta admit, in the back of my head, I've already envisioned going to the dentist with
Have you asked your dad about this? He's a dentist.
They're in the Matrix, man. They get spoon-fed that shit. Dude, that's like, did you ever see the story on Christopher Columbus and then you read the real story on some of the shit? I'm not saying horrific shit. He's over here chopping off arms and shit. And I'm, picturing him dressed like he's on the Quaker Oats box Coming over here, patching up canoes for the Indians.
Yeah, But you also, Bill told me during the break, believes that the conspiracy theory that we never landed on the moon.
I believe
that's quite possible.
Aspects of that, and I'm going to tell you why I believe in that shit, is because all these fucking nerds out there with their telescopes, they're always looking at the moon, and they never go, hey, yeah, I was looking at it the other night. I saw that car that we left up there.
What?
I saw the flag. I mean, if you can fucking see Pluto, you can see the goddamn, that fucking gremlin that we left up there.
I don't know.
You never see it.
I don't know if you could see that. I don't know if...
But you don't know that you couldn't.
All right, guys, enjoy the show. No little Jimmy Norton today. He's got a sour stomach.
Oh.
He thinks he ate a little a bad fish or something. He was farting pretty bad over at the other joint.
Yeah, it was not pleasant.
Almost wrecking all our omelets. So, all right. Hey, and speaking of the Saturday night shows,
yeah,
Bill Burr did his this past Saturday.
Yes, he did.
I was gonna stop by and check it out, but I got lazy.
Should have.
I know. I heard it was a good time, but I guess you got him.
Well, I wasn't trying to get him. I just made a legitimate call into the show, and he didn't pick up on it.
No.
What a dope. Danny put me through 5 times before I got through this time with disguised voices. I was like,
Danny,
I want to talk about this. This is Tom from. I'm from Georgia, and I'd like to talk about and I give him something to go. Okay, hold on. And he put me on hold, and I wait. And then Bill Burr is total attention deficit disorder. I'm listening to the show. They put you on hold, and then the subject will be completely changed by the time, he even tries to get to you. In 2 minutes, the subject's different. And then Danny, they moved on to something else.
That's Craig, our intern. Yeah, I needed the slaves to come help me out on Saturday.
All right, well,
nice.
So they didn't recognize that it was Anthony calling Bill Burr, and then when Anthony got on Bill Burr's show, what is it called? Uninformed?
Yeah, Uninformed
with DeRosa, right? Joe
yep.
DeRosa.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't recognize that was Anthony. And then Anthony, what were you doing? The same arguments you've done with Bill Burr when he's in studio, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, because Bill started talking about his conspiracy theories, and you know how much I love those.
Yeah.
I decided, I'll call him out on that, because they started talking about conspiracy theories. And I'm bringing up the exact same stuff. It's the same argument we have had sitting
face to face,
2 feet from each other, and I'm not disguising my voice at all. And he just had no clue it was me.
Yeah, I didn't catch it either until the very, very end. You said something. I won't ruin it for the call.
At one point, I was the totally only point, give it away.
That was, where I was like, I think that was Anth. And then re-listening to the call this morning, cutting it up, I'm like, oh man, I feel like such an ass. It's so obviously Anth.
So obviously,
oh, really?
I'm throwing in all kinds of, not even hints. They're blatant. Hello, it's Anthony.
But Bill didn't even catch it on?
No, but to be fair, I didn't either. The only one that kind of even began to caught on was DeRosa.
Can we get Bill Burr on the phone?
He's in L.A. I would have to wake him up.
Oh, yeah,
well, give it a try.
An audition.
We'll try. We'll see what happens. But this is, in case you missed it, from Saturday night, Bill Burr's Uninformed show with Joe DeRosa, Tom in Connecticut, a.k.a. Anthony.
Hey, Tom in Connecticut, what's up, man? You're on Uninformed. What's going on?
You are a moron.
Oh, my God.
That's how it starts.
I can tell right away.
Yeah, that's how it started. You are a moron.
There's one pipe that goes into the Pentagon that isn't affected with the fluoride water. What do you think? What happens with this conspiracy people when they go on vacation? Do they take their own unfluoride water with them?
All right, slow down.
Where are the people that run this conspiracy?
Oh, that's what... Okay, I know what you're saying. That was the one where, I should have prefaced this with, I always believe, 80% of the theory, a conspiracy theory, then I think the person's a moron. Or I think... Or
because it can't work.
What? Well, what the fuck? You know everything? I don't like how you're speaking in...
I know more than...
Oh, I live in Connecticut!
He has no idea. I live in Connecticut. That's just a state I picked. I've been through 5 states already that night, and I just picked Connecticut.
Talking about a conspiracy theory that fluoride is introduced into the water supply
to make you stupid.
He believes this?
Yeah, enough so where he changed his toothpaste from Crest to some natural toothpaste, and I'm laughing at him. I'm like,
wait, he really believes this?
Yeah.
Oh, we got to get into it.
And then he goes, I believe it, but then there's 20% of me that does, realizes how ridiculous it sounds, but, I'm like, and I'm trying to argue, what about the people that just have to drink water and they're out? Like, does this secret society that runs this whole thing have their own bottled water? And what about their families? They don't care if they're dumbed down? And what about the fact that he said this happened during, World War II or just after World War II? They started dumbing us down with fluoride. Some of the greatest inventions of all time were made post-war till now. Before that, we were dummies in covered wagons and, riding horses. But the fluoride's making us stupid.
Oh, my God.
He is classic, and I just was blowing up at him.
What's classic is making fun of your town of Connecticut, but he has no idea.
Yeah, I've sat here with the same argument with him.
Does he have a clue? Did anyone ever tell him?
Yeah, well,
finally?
Afterwards, people were calling in, saying, I think that was, I think that was Anth.
Here's the rest of the clip where he doesn't realize it's Anthony.
Absolutely. Oh, I live in Connecticut.
Jesus Christ, no.
You know what? Why don't you go sit on a tube of fucking fluoride? Go fuck yourself. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, who's putting the fluoride in the water? Who's doing it?
Well, the suspicion is that the government is doing it. That's the conspiracy part.
Where did they get their water from?
Why the fuck are you so angry?
Yeah, why are you yelling? Why can't you just make your points?
Listen to Bill Burr spew this shit day after day whenever he co-hosts for Jim Norton. I gotta sit next to him and he fucking bullshits 20 fucking different conspiracies.
He said I gotta sit next to him.
I don't know what he's talking about. Okay,
is this somebody from...
No, I love this guy.
Joe is onto it. Joe's like, well, wait a second, but Bill just doesn't.
Says he sits
next to him.
Bill, next to
Bill just doesn't want to. He just doesn't want to listen to Joe.
And Joe's like, wait a minute, is this a guy?
Bill's on autopilot.
Yeah, Bill's just like, no, he's just like shooing him off. Like, shut up, Joe. I'm talking.
Bill's on autopilot. It's classic.
As soon as you said that, I'm like, oh, you blew up your spot. This is a great bit.
And you hear Joe say, is this somebody from?
Somebody from.
And then Bill cut him off.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I still didn't get it at that point either. I just thought that the guy on the phone just said it kind of mistakenly, meaning to say, I got to listen to you.
Right.
And just
that's what I assumed.
Blurted out.
Why,
sat next.
Mr. Burr?
Hello.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Hey, Bill Burr, how are you, buddy? Sorry to wake you up. You're in L.A. Doing something? Something?
Yeah.
Did you know that Anthony was pranking you all Saturday night?
No, we were laughing about it afterwards because I'm still so new to hosting a show. I'm literally just dealing with keeping the show going. Yeah. I'm like, take a caller, keep this going, keep it going funny. I was like 50 things going on. So when I heard him say that I sit next to you every day.
Yeah.
I was so in fuck this guy mode. I thought he was just I thought he was just some moron who misspoke. I got to sit next to it like he was talking about his radio or something.
Yeah, sit next to him. I sit next to the radio and think it's a real person.
Knowing it's Anthony now, this is so much fun to listen to.
It is funny. Oh, I live in Connecticut when you said that. I live in Connecticut.
Oh, yeah. I never claimed to be a smart guy. Anthony, your whole fucking bring up that whole fluoride thing, you butchered it beautifully.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, you butchered it beautifully. He's saying this. I didn't say any of that shit.
I said what you were saying is the fact that they put it in the water to dumb us down after World War II.
I know. And then you bring up all the great inventions.
The great things that happen.
Yeah. What about the fact that Norbit is the #1 comedy in the fucking country?
Hey, he's got a point there.
All right. There are some still going to be dummies. I didn't say...
to Vegas. Have you walked the strip in Vegas and just looked at that fucking dumbed down look on everybody's fucking face out there?
I didn't say fluoride made everyone a genius. I'm just saying it doesn't make everyone a dummy.
It's just from people in the 1800s. They got that fire in their eye, Anthony.
Is that it? They want to learn and invent. They're just not. They don't have the materials yet.
No, you know what it is? I said conspiracy theory. What I love about it is I always believe the first 80% of it, and then it always unravels in the third act, the final 20%.
That's when you come to your. That's when you come to your senses, Bill. And realize that a conspiracy of the magnitude that all of your conspiracies would be, it would be impossible. Be impossible.
Yeah, a lot of it is.
A lot of it. See, he'll never commit to all of it.
Which was the point that I actually ended up arriving at. What I love about you, Anthony, is you so fucking hate every opinion that I have that you actually listen to my dumb show on a fucking Saturday night.
Bill, I will not miss it.
Call in.
Yeah. I will not miss one fucking episode. I gotta listen to you. You fucking kill me. I love it.
I hate all my opinions. Even when I'm not on the fucking show, you have to call in. It's fucking hilarious.
I want your cell phone number so I can just call randomly and yell at you for your opinions.
Yeah, just start calling me up. Bill, what are you talking about? Yeah,
that's
idiot.
Bullshit. Dude, congrats, though, man. People liking your show on Saturday.
Yeah, it is good, really.
You got a good thing going, so.
Theory shit actually ends up being, was decent because I'm going to try to get an actual conspiracy theorist fucking guy in there. One of these guys who writes, like, one of those books. I just love talking to him because, like I said, they always make sense, and then in the end, then they'll be like, and then this, and then this, and then, and George Bush is an alien, and then you're like, all right, this guy's out of his fucking mind.
Hey, did we land on the moon, Bill?
I don't know.
That's a big one, as far as conspiracy.
That's a biggie.
But I can't. I don't put anything. I don't put anything past anybody. All I know is you got a bunch of nerds looking at fucking Pluto, but every time they look at the moon, how come they never see that little car that we left up there?
See the car. That's his argument, because we never see the car when we look through a telescope.
I'm just saying, if you can see fucking Pluto, why wouldn't you see, like, you know...
You should be able to see the car, the tang.
Hey, he's on to something now. You might be turning me. Like, not one shot where one astronomer's like, hey, this is kind of cool. I'm going to focus in on the little car.
Well, they left a mirror up there.
Opie.
They have left...
Opie, listen. Then you get to this point of the argument, you get a bunch of people calling in agreeing, and then some astronaut calls in and fucking blows the whole thing up. It's perfect.
Do you know they left a mirror up there that they point a laser at and bounce it off, and it comes back to Earth so they can measure the distance between the Earth and the moon at any given moment, and that is evidence that we've been up there.
Is it, Anthony? Why don't you get me a picture of that mirror?
I love it. And whenever you bring up somebody like, well, there are government people, agencies that take care of that and stuff, he goes, oh, they're in the Matrix. They're part of the Matrix, so dude, you can't trust them. He was saying the dentists are in the Matrix.
Bill might have just turned me. I want a picture of the buggy.
You want a picture of the buggy?
Yeah, I'm not even kidding. Why not one shot? You know why? Because you're onto something. This weekend in one of the papers in New York, they showed an unbelievable picture of Saturn, like you've never seen it before. If you haven't seen it yet, Google Saturn, I guess. It'll show you the latest picture. It's amazing how crystal clear everything
is. What kind of scale that is? That's like nothing. You'd have to zoom in really close.
You know how much further Saturn is than the moon, and they could get this shot going?
Put it this way. We have satellites orbiting Earth.
Listening to Anthony?
Yeah.
Really listen to his point. Do you know how much you'd have to zoom in? He really sounds just as dumb as he's just making the shit up.
Let me, Bill, you're hysterical.
Dude,
how about this?
Google Earth could take my childhood home, and I can see what's in the backyard right now. So show me the buggy
and put a satellite as close as the Google satellite. The satellite that Google gets the pictures on. Put it that close to the moon, and you'll get the picture of the buggy.
Show me the buggy.
You can't get a picture of the buggy because, like you said, look at Google Earth. It's a satellite in orbit around Earth that's like not that high up.
You can see that creepy face on Mars. They should be able to show me a buggy.
No, they're looking at entirely different
solar. From a satellite.
Miles away. I don't care. Doesn't have to be accurate. Something's going on here.
Get me a picture of that fucking car up there.
Yeah. I'll get you a picture of the car if I have to take it myself. Billy.
Hey, that's pretty good, though, if you think about it.
I love his whole thing, I hate everything he says.
Dude, that would be a cool picture by some astronomer to get that picture. It'd be creepy.
The buggy.
It'd be creepy as shit that buggy's just been sitting there for, close to 40 years now?
Just sitting there.
Just sitting there?
Oh, exactly. Yeah. No, they did like a drive-by on the moon. They threw a fucking bathroom window, like mirror out the window, and,
a drive-by. Oh, so you're saying we at least got close, but we didn't land?
By the way, the Saturn pictures are from a satellite that is flying by Saturn on its way to Pluto. Thank you, Matt in Boston. You get my point, though. Come on.
You gotta believe we went to the moon. For
Hubble
God's
telescope
sake.
is showing us pictures from the other side of the universe. Show me the buggy.
That's because it's focused to go out that far. It's like looking through binoculars backwards.
Well, refocus.
This is the beauty of Uninformed. I got you guys arguing with each other.
See?
I love Uninformed.
And I love that it's uninformed because they'll just talk about shit like they know what they're talking about.
Yeah, what else did you talk about over the weekend, Bill? The fluoride?
We just, I don't know. We
just
make up shit. We make up stats.
And then they got into, somehow, Uninformed got into how old is the oldest bitch you ever fucked. I think that was a little tangent.
Nice.
That you took. And some guy called up and...
because Joe DeRosa somehow, when he was 27, he hooked up with a 60-year-old woman who was a former
backup singer
for Frank Sinatra.
And he fucked her.
Hey, that's a great
choice. So on so many levels, that was like one of the best pussy stories ever. And then of course, people started lying. And then we got one guy who actually claimed to have banged, when he was in his, 19 or 20, he banged some chick who used to be in James Brown's band. She was in her 40s. So she must have been pretty, she must have still been pretty hot. And the guy's like, Nah, she wasn't.
Nah. I called up at that point as a guy that did maintenance work at a retirement village, and I was fucking all the old widows. But you never took my call.
Yeah, because that one was obviously fake.
Yeah. It's hard to be a caller.
Hey, going back to conspiracy theories, two things. Take the wig from FBA. The problem with conspiracy theorists is that they always try to make you prove the accepted facts. And the second thing I wanted to say, what the hell was the second thing? I think it was on YouTube or one of the video sites. The new conspiracy is they have a newscast from, I think, somewhere in Britain announcing that the buildings fell 20 minutes before they fell. And that's proving that the government was on
9/11.
But this video is out there, and somehow it's trying to prove that they actually reported the falling down of I think it was the towers.
How would they know, and why would they report it?
And they reported it 20 minutes before it actually happened.
Yeah, sure, that happened.
Well, maybe they just got misinformation. It was obvious those things were going down, and maybe someone said, well, they're going down.
I think that's asinine. I do think it's amazing how they look like they just imploded. I can see why people got freaked out by that.
Yeah, it just looked like that.
It just looked, yeah. All right, Bill. Well, undisputed or uninformed. Uninformed, I'm sorry.
Hey.
Oh, yeah, no, I was very disputed.
Yeah. Undisputed was Dice's show.
Tom from Connecticut, thanks for calling.
Yeah.
No problem, you jackass.
All right, Bill.
All right, guys.
Hey, good luck on that thing. How'd you do?
Oh, I got it. I'm doing it today. Sound like a fucking mob guy. Hey, good luck on that thing.
You know that thing?
That thing.
Yeah, break a leg, you bastard. You know I love you, Billy.
Later.
All right, we'll see you soon, Bill. Bill Burr, everyone. All right. Well, you got in 2 other times as Tom in Connecticut?
No, this is all still part of the same call.
Still part of the same call. I just wouldn't hang up. And when he was he'd kind of get to all right, we wanted to finish up, I'd start yelling more.
Yeah.
I know how to stay on as a caller. That's one thing I learned.
And you got to know, the personality, like Bill Burr.
Yeah, you got to push the button.
Yeah, he can't help himself. He pushes button, you're going to stay on the air with him. So this next clip, Anthony, talks about a book written about an oil conspiracy that Bill read. Tom says he read as much as Anthony did. You might remember that famous...
Yeah, it was... Bill gave me this book on this oil industry conspiracy. I read 20 pages and realized this guy was just a fucking jackass and didn't read the book. So I described the book to Bill and then described how much I read, and it's the exact same story I gave him.
Right.
So it's the same fucking story.
And he still didn't catch on there with you. Here it is.
Let me ask you a question. Can you at least give me one? Not one. You said 20. I've said 20 different conspiracy theories. I want to hear. Rattle off 7 of them.
One's the World Trade Center. You've talked about that one.
I never talked about that one.
This conspiracy with that stupid book that you recommended, with that fucking guy that traveled around with the oil conspiracy.
Did you read it?
I read half of it. I read enough of it. I read as much as Anthony read.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
And then there's another...
No. Tell me about the book. Tell me about the book. You read the book. I want to hear about it.
It's funny knowing it's you, man.
Guy, he wants to be some fucking secret agent. He was some...
Tell me about the book.
Low-level government worker.
Tell me. You're not telling me about the book. You didn't read the book.
Right, okay. It's written by this guy who is this low-level fucking government worker that wants to be this hero, so he talks like he's a secret agent. Meanwhile, he was a paper...
No, this is your opinion. This is your opinion on the book. You're not even saying what...
my opinion.
You're not saying what it's about, sir.
The book stunk. I read it like a...
all right, hang on. All right, Tom. You know what, Tom? You have to keep calling in. I'm loving you hating me.
No, you know something? You all the time have these conspiracy theories. Tell me where the fucking fluoride water isn't. That the government, they can drink it.
First of all...
He makes it...
Can you just fan yourself for half a second? First of all, I said I get like 80% of the way. And, dude, I definitely thought, well, the guys putting it in the water also have kids who are going to be drinking water. And I brought that up, but maybe I didn't bring it up here.
Yeah.
Like, I brought that up. But I didn't feel the need to yell at it. There, angry guy, angry Tom in Connecticut.
You changed your toothpaste for it. You actually were proactive because of some bullshit story that you actually believed.
Dude, it's 50 fucking 50. The way I look at it.
I gotta jump.
Stupid.
I gotta jump in with
this. I like how this guy is not a scientist on any level, yet he knows everything.
I am a scientist.
Why was Joe DeRosa is the other guy that Bill does the show with. Why was he trying to jump in? It sounds like he was trying to jump in because he just knows that
he kind of knew.
No, he actually, when he does come in, because I think the next clip, Joe will come in, he just wanted to reiterate the fact that Bill is insane, and he goes to the utmost length to pull a conspiracy theory out of thin air, pretty much. So I think in this next clip, actually, Joe explains what he was about to get into.
This is the final clip with, quote, Tom in Connecticut.
Tom in Connecticut.
A.K.A. Anthony. Joe DeRosa talks about another of Bill's theories. Bill finally has enough of Tom. Tom calls Bill a douchebag before hanging up.
Of course I had to.
The whole time, Bill Burr has no clue he's talking to Anthony.
I gotta jump in. Hold on, wait. I got to jump in with this. It's just too perfect of a time because this guy is railing Bill for how paranoid he is. I was over Bill's house one day, and you know those games they have like at the top of the MySpace page, Danny, right? Yeah. Where it's like you play it with your mouse, and it's like beat the rabbit in a race and win an iPod. And you have to click the mouse really fast.
Those terrible flash games.
Bill is playing it. And I'm standing there watching him, and he goes, you know, these fuckers, you know who makes these games? It's the fucking companies that make the mouse. And that way I fucking keep clicking it, and I break the fucking mouse, and I gotta go buy a new mouse, because I'm trying to beat I'm trying to win a fucking PlayStation 3, and I just go, dude, you are out of your fucking mind.
But dude, I'm only like 80%. All right, Tom, you've yelled at me enough. Call in a month, dude. You gotta save that anger, dude.
After party. I will see you at the after party.
All right.
Okay,
Come
all right.
down.
I'll buy you a drink,
Come
all right?
down.
All right, Tom, thanks for listening and yelling at me.
Douchebag.
There it goes.
I had to call him a douchebag.
You told him at the after party, I guess?
Oh, yeah. He knew, though.
Before then?
And it sucks because I was driving into town at that point. I was actually driving.
The only reason we're blowing up your spot is because the listeners blew it up.
Yeah.
Because you would have been able to keep this up for weeks.
I was driving in and going through the Midtown Tunnel. The signal cut out, and then when I popped out the other end, I thought that was him and then I heard the conversation of how they knew it was me, but I didn't hear how they actually found out.
Why do the listeners feel like they have to be do-gooders all the time?
I know. That's Anthony.
Why can't you guys do your part and let a bit develop and continue?
Yeah, that could have been good if I could have been Tom from Connecticut.
I see that on the message boards. All of a sudden someone blows up our spots. Like, why would you do that? Why wouldn't you let it go a little longer? Why do you have to be the one that knows all?
Well, it might not be Tom from Connecticut, but believe me, I will fucking get him again. Yeah. I don't care who I gotta be, from what stupid state.
Very good.
I will not leave Bill alone.
That's funny. The theory with the mouse thing is pretty good.
I know.
like it.
Right when he said that, Opie looks at me and starts nodding like, know, that's good. You're a lot like Bill with that whole all that conspiracy shit.
I can believe in some shit.
Yeah.
I know I can believe in some shit.
It's like I never heard of that angle, though. The mouse company puts it out because you're clicking, because a mouse can only take 683 billion clicks.
Well, yeah.
And then it goes.
That's where it falls apart, I guess.
When has a mouse ever broken on anybody way where it's been the button.
Yeah.
And that from no abuse or anything, just clicking your mouse, it will last a lifetime. It's usually like the fucking optical light will break or the ball if you have one of those with something fucked up.
I was going to date myself. It used to be the hair and the
cord will fuck you up on it, but the clicking of the fucking thing, never. I've never seen the fucking button break.
It used to just be hair and lint that would get caught.
From clicking on it.
That's
what it is, from clicking on it.
Yeah, he's getting good reviews on his show, though. I haven't really heard it yet, but I hear good things.
He's got good energy.
All right, we'll take a break here and get into some other things.
Right.
All right.